It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit. Oh, I'm not done working through a lot of shit. Did I mention losing anything else, though, like a gun? Beside your gun and your badge, you said something about your hope or heart or something? To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too. That's a big one. Okay, so he knows about the gun, but not anything really that about it that would help us. Anything about my colleagues? You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style. Okay? We just got a Steam achievement here. The Steam achievement is Hyperstellar Law Official. And we had to say 7 deranged superstar lines to unlock it. I guess we did that just now? I don't know. Alright, let's go back to it here. No specifics though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show. Did I say anything about the case? Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now. A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism. Yeah, I can see why though. Did we talk about politics? Yeah, you said that it was okay that you crashed your carriage because the spectral hand of the market was guiding you. This was before you started talking about how the pinkies were all trying to fuck you. Okay. Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was? Not much. You didn't want to talk about it. You just kept mumbling inaudibly to yourself. Alright. He actually did not know that much about it. Or about me. Or anything we are really doing here. So yeah, it's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs. Well, you seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Wanna tell me another one sometime? Well, whoop-de-doo, so now I'm a fucking storyteller, huh? Right, why not? Better than a beach bum. You wanna tell me how you became Idiot Doom Spiral? Well, it depends, really. Are you willing to help me out? You might get scammed here, Drama says. What do you need? Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier? So have you got anything for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me. I've got some sweet Commodore Red. I do. And I might not need it, right? Let's give it to him. Classy, he says. Snatches the bottle and pushes the cork in through the bottleneck. Like a real like a real person does it, right? Who needs a goddamn corkscrew? Before he can start, one of the other bums interjects though. Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that? Don't call Abigail. Shut up, guys, I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me too. My actual name is George, but around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual, a founder slash junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. Creative services agency. I have interesting things in my mind now. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm. Okay, now maybe not. Maybe not. But do go on. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation. Value per person. High concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane. What the hell are we talking about here? How many people did you have working for you? 22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours. Well, did the jogging help? It did. With my trusty Zanzarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit that he's still wearing, by the way. So what the hell happened? One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets. And his eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. Stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes, okay? So yeah, he got distracted by his jangling keys in his pockets. So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. At least that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet very quickly. How wet are we talking exactly? Wet, okay, it was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. Ah, surprise, surprise. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass. Ouch. Ouch indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key. You've got to be shitting me. He turns his head towards the skies and says, I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office. Alright, but what happened next? I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them. especially since I was known to be one of the best. Just then I experienced a moment of clarity though. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it and I couldn't get in. Anyway, a long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this? So now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? What the fuck? It is like nothing we've ever heard. That is for sure. But what the hell? What did we hear here? I feel like there are some steps missing here. Tequila. I've thought about this series of events for a long time. If there was anything else to it, I would have thought of it by now. Why didn't you go to the authorities, huh? Timothy says. Well, at one point they came to me, but I didn't have any ID on me, so they tossed me in jail for a couple of days. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM, no offense, gentlemen. Yeah. Look at the bright side though, you got one hell of a story. Yeah. Maybe I've exaggerated certain parts over the years. When you tell a story too often, it begins to take on a life of its own. But what matters is that it's true to my subjective experience. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one. Truly, he has the soul of an artist. Why do you keep losing all your stuff? That's a good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on the beach with this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too, you see? The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks. What was the name of your agency? My agency, man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing, the color red, breasts, and oil painting. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But then it all went to shit. If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't. Thank you, Logic. I got that now. Right, never mind. What's up with the tracksuits though? The tracksuit. Wait, you never seen a 100% lycra before? Go on, feel that primal material. Let's touch it. Oh, why is it a 28? Oh, is our interfacing this low? Holy shit. It's a red check. We can't do this again, can we? Yeah, we failed. Good God, it's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this thing is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it. Randomized trials have also found lycra to be associated with a number of exotic, highly malignant cancers. So you also have that to look forward to. Oh, this is awesome. And then there's the smell, but you don't even want to think about that. Pretty nice, huh? He says. This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly. Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it. That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them anytime. Alright, let's quickly, get through this here. Because I don't know if we're wasting our time talking to this guy. I started off pretty cool, he kind of knew what happened. But now we're talking about, I don't even know what the hell we're talking about. Just some fantasy this guy's made up. Alright, so quickly, who are the other guys? My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics. They're exactly what they look like. Hey, Tequila, you wanna buy some speed? Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember? Well, I thought he was a cool cop, though. Don't call Abigail. Says don't call Abigail. And this is Abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together. What's this about a lost jacket, huh? Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom spiral out, solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila? So hold on. You're asking a police officer to help you find a jacket that you stole and then lost? Yep. Alright, cool. Where'd you lose it? If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it by now? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market. That is a lot of places, though. Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it. Alright. No more stories, please. Bye-bye. Whew! That guy was quite the storyteller, huh? God damn. I said, god damn. Let's talk to the kids here. Lillian's twin. Oh, those are twins, huh? The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. Lillian's other twin. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. You guys look identical. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated. He looks just like me, the other one says. Yeah, I said that. The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. You're bad with kids, the lieutenant remarks with evident glee. I am, yes. Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now, huh? We're not getting anything out of here. Maybe you're right. Let's just ask where the mom is, and they are not answering, so okay. Right, let's go. Let's go. How do we get over there? Ah, okay. So let's talk to Grandma here. The washerwoman. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. I know that melody. What's it called? Frère, dormez-vous, blah 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 blah. Okay, whatever. It's a kid's song. Encyclopedia. You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Sumerian, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzerainty.
Welcome to the fishing village.
He does
Please lean in
speak.
closer. I have cataracts.
What is that? What is a cataract? Cataract. If you can't see, then how did you know I was here? Yo, she's blind? Her eyes are closed.
I still have a golden ear. Come.
Come. Alright.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
No trouble,
We are not
there's
here
no
to
trouble.
cause any trouble, madame.
See? Kimmy said what I said. What he said. We're cops. We don't cause trouble. We
Oh,
take
of
care of
course.
trouble.
Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then, which you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
So I have been here before, 12 years ago? Or the police?
No, not you personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
Ah, interesting.
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
And then what did we do to him? She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat. Huh? Alright, I mean, I am an ill omen,
No
right?
one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Okay, maybe not.
Maybe
Maybe
they
not.
are afraid.
Or maybe they're afraid. See?
Because you're an ill omen, but you're still welcome here, as long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then, because that's the kind of fishing village we've built.
Nice.
I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park your motor carriage, and not a lot of houses, or a lot of people. My kids are long gone, searching for treasure. So are others.
Don't worry, we found a room to park our motor carriage. Alright, you probably haven't seen, but there was a lot of room here in the ocean.
Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Well, where could we stay around here? Stay? Most people are trying to leave. That said, if lodging is what you're looking after, I've got a free room in the shack. How much is it? I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM. Wow. So you're just giving it to me? No one is using it. And God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. Oh, okay. Yeah, and there's this guy, huh? Who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die out in the cold. This one is much nicer. I'll take it. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police. Yeah, I can't promise that. I really can't. Kimmy says, well, if you're not in the hostel in the morning, I know where to find you. Oh, there's an eye missing, I guess. Here, in a shack. In the fishing village. Yeah, yeah. So what is in this fishing village? It's just us. It's barely a village anymore, huh? We almost don't exist. This is pretty much a non-place, a gap, a blank spot on the map, just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street. The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny. How is... Huh. Okay. I've never heard of anything being this poor. There's got to be something here though, huh? Just tell me. Well, over there you can find more of the same. Shacks, trees. That's the pox. What is the pox? It's an old military hospital with and its surroundings. Or it used to be at least, during the time of the suzerain. After the war it was turned into a goodwill hospital for shell-shocked veterans and folks looking for some quiet in the old sanatorium gardens. Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets and makeshift cinder block houses, shacks as far as the eye can see. Well, what happened to this hospital? The goodwill ran out. The staff left. The place was shut down. It's long gone by now. Alright. Too bad, huh? Who else lives in this village, though? Where does Lillian and her kids? A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now. Cool. That might be a house that we should check out. You know, professional curiosity. We're not thieves. We're not gonna break and enter. We're gonna investigate. And then there's the drunks. She sighs. Not a pretty sight. But there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them. Yeah, I met a couple of drunks here. I'm sure you did. Nature keeps them in rotation. A new face pops up every now and then, and an old one disappears and is forgotten. This is who we are. Man, that is sad. Is there a way to make a little money around here? Here, and for you? No, officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women, and then forgot about. So that means undercarts, boats in little boxes, not that hard to find. Yeah. So let's ask about this pornographically poor district. The lack of wealth is the one thing we've got in abundance. Riddles. Riddles in the dark. Oh, sorry. I drifted off. Fits with the general ambience here. It does. But then again, no area we've seen so far has looked like it has a lot of money. It's all pretty fucked up here.